it's about a class half an hour in because I have a cohort meeting online today.
All right. Who's on? I just saw one person on. It's gonna be a little rocky. I got a new stand. Okay. Let me fix everything inside here. Let me welcome you guys to Astro Einstein today. I know that was a little dramatic, but hey, y'all get the idea. Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is for you guys. Today we're gonna focus on keywords. That's key words. Keywords being the foundation of astrology in the background. There's no way you can learn astrology without actually remembering what certain words mean to certain planets and signs and houses. There's no way. No way, no wow. Let me send a message in the group. All right, everybody, I'm on. Just letting you know. I don't know if you guys can be able to hear me. What I'll do is I'll put in this microphone. It normally comes out a little bit more clearer than if I'm just using the phone mic. Just give me a second. Now this class, yeah, okay, cool. For recording purposes, I want you to hear me like loud and clear. And plus, this is something that's going to be on the internet like if forever and ever, amen. So it'll be good if I get a good quality sound. Wait, I'm talking about keywords like I finished, and I do this whole class a day. Now I gotta change this. Okay. This down is getting on my nerves now. Okay. Arul, can you hear me clearly? I know you're online, so I want to know if you can hear me clearly. All right. Just pushing this back a bit so you can see me clearly. And yeah, we didn't finish the polarities. We finished the polarities, but what we didn't get into, which you guys didn't get, was okay, cool, loud and clear, awesome. Let me put this phone. Put this phone on charge. Yeah, like I told you, it'll be actually the book. You'll be able to get the book by tomorrow. It won't be tonight. I'm sorry about that. Tomorrow, when I get in contact with, well, Candy's flying over, and when she gets here, I'll be getting the book from her. I'll meet with her, and then I'll make sure you get it for sure. So, all right. You and Chicana are waiting on the book. All right, last week we talked about polarities and all the other sorts, and the week before last. Well, last week. And then we went on to rulers of the houses and rulers in the house and what's not. I know I was supposed to finish and continue on to from the sixth house going on or going around. But I think you guys get the message of this of these houses. I also did your charts, right? I did your charts with it. However, I realized that we're lacking in a fundamental thing. And that fundamental thing is keywords. I know we speak about it a lot, sometimes. Sorry, just taking a look to see what it is. We talk about it a lot when you ask me, like, what does this mean? Well, once you get these keywords down pat, there won't be any what does this mean? It'll be so where you will actually be able to calculate those words. Now, what we didn't explain, or what nobody explains to you, especially astrologers, they don't explain to you as a client keywords. They just call it off like, regurgitating. They speak it out like what? Like Shakespeare. They pronounce their words and the words are connected to this planet. Well, what I want you to do is I want you to be able to remember those words. And I'm going to give you keywords. We're going to use this thing called the Rulership Book that I introduced to you guys last week. And it will give you keywords for every planet. A planet rules a lot of different things. And what you're going to do is you're going to be able to see exactly what those planets entail. Amber, you made it. Candy, that's you? Oh, yeah, you did say what's up. Well, you guys are very dedicated. Shekinah is here as well. Is Shekinah focusing on keywords before we move and finish that lesson on Thursday, which we're going to finish. But I want you guys to get the keywords. You ever realize, like, when you ask me a question, how I could just riddle off stuff and be like, so-and-so, and you think it's so miraculous. He's so, oh, wow, he's amazing. No. You can do the same thing. All it is keywords. Now, let me start off with some of the keywords that are the planets. Now, take in mind now, planets rule certain things. And remember now, planets rule certain signs. Well, certain keywords are associated with signs. And certain keywords are associated with planets. Sorry, I keep on hearing cars. Are associated with certain planets. Okay? We're going to start off with the first sign, which is Aries. Now, I know inside the WhatsApp group, I've posted quite some time keywords, but I've never given you all of them. Now, what I will do is because you guys have been learning, our rules, you're in an Aries, right? Correct? Your sun sign is Aries, right? Right. And Shekinah, you have some placements in Aries, correct? I don't think that, no. Ambi doesn't have any placements in Leo, I don't think, and neither does Candy. Kasia has one placement. Right. So give me some words associated with Aries. I'd like for you to give me some words that you can remember what people will call the sign Aries. I could give you some, but I want you to give me some more. Some of the words that are associated with Aries are driven, ambitious, determined. Boom! See, she kind of came right out. Driven, ambitious, determined, leader. Yes, you understand. Enthusiastic, awesome. Continue. I like these words. I like the words you're using. You notice that most of these words are positive in nature. But continue giving me the positive words. I want you to get everybody else who doesn't have these tendencies, who don't have planets in Aries, to understand the energies or the words, the keywords behind the sign Aries. And as you spit these words out, they can remember these things because I'm gonna put so much. Yes, independent, leader, enthusiastic, ambitious, determined, driven. Okay, you go on, keep going. Blunt, straightforward, energetic. All right. Do you guys see these words in your life as it pertain to your chart? I want to know first and forehand, how do you feel about those signs? I mean, those words. Right. Right. I'm gonna give you a lot more words. Now take in mind, I'm gonna show you this book. This says Aries, right? That's the word Aries. Okay. Look how much words are associated with planet Aries. You see that? We won't go through all of those because some of these are actually, they're just know that there's a lot. The word Aries is associated with a lot of different words. So the sign Aries. Oh, yes. I see that's a self-centered. I think, depending on who you're talking to, that could either be positive or negative. That varies. When people say you're self-centered, people have been using that phrase to, as a in negative connotation. Believe it or not, there's stuff like, right, confident. I like the participation. I like it. These are words that are, like I said, are connected to the sign Aries. The reason why they are connected to the sign Aries is because of the planet Mars. Remember now, Mars is the ruler of Aries. Mars is the planet that rules Aries. You know what would be a good thing to do on your own time? Study Greek mythology or the planets or these Greek gods, so to speak, and you would get a sort of a personality feel of the planets and what they're good with and how they represent the chart. Now, I'm just telling you this because you could get an understanding of the planets. If not, that's fine. You don't have to do that. What I will do is I will give you some keywords for the planet Aries. I mean, the planet Mars. So Mars, which rules Aries, the first sign, rules a lot of different stuff. We'll use the words that y'all said before: confident, direct. It could be on a negative side, self-centered, ambitious, driven, enthusiastic. These are words that are connected to the sign Aries in a more positive light. Let me give you some more. Acceleration. Boom. Brave. This is also correct. Believe it or not, accidents are connected to the planet Mars. Accidents are connected to the planet Mars. Now, I know a lot of people dread this, thinking about accidents, like, boy, and in the New Age movement, we have the thing where we focus on the positive and, we create our own reality, which entails is true. However, planetary energies, if you don't work with them, the negative aspect of those planets can definitely show up as accidents. Then you have action, activity, physical activity. The adrenaline glands are also ruled by Aries. Adventurers, agitators, ambition, as we all said before, amino acids, amputation. Hey there, yes, war, which is also this, that Mars rules, war, anger, believe it or not, aphrodisiacs. is another word that is connected to that. Aphrodisiac. You know why? Because Mars also rules with the planet Pluto sex, or the sex drive, believe it or not. Arenas, arguments. I know, a lot of people these days have been, signifying or equating arguments to Mercury in retrograde. I can assure you that Mercury in retrograde alone does not lead to arguments. There is an aspect connected to Mars that will lead to arguments. Armed forces, army, arrows, arsenal, artillery, assault, barbs, bandits, bakers. And you'd be like, what? How come bakers or bakeries? Why? Because fire is ruled by Mars. Fire is ruled by Mars. And how do you bake? You can't bake without heat. So believe it or not, bakeries are ruled by Mars. You have blacksmiths. Why? Also, because Mars rules fire. So this is another thing, another reason. So they got blazes, blood pressure, high blood pressure, brawls, brutality, bridges, breakage, burglary, bullfights, butchers. Let's go into stuff like cannons, guns. Guns are ruled by Mars. Not just technology. You have to say Uranus won't rule that because it's technology. No. It takes fire and metal, which are all ruled by Mars. Okay? Cavalry. Cigars. Why? Cigars is ruled by Mars. Other people be like, well, cigars are smoking. You think that it's something like very addictive, like Neptune and ruled that. Cigars itself is ruled by Mars. Believe it or not. Why? Because it's fire, lighting. Boom. Cigars aren't necessarily drugs, and they can be, in a sense, addictive, but not everybody gets addicted to cigars. You can smoke a cigar and not need a cigar for years. Cleavers, combustion, combat, cooks, cooking. Yes, cooking, because it needs heat. That's the difference from feeding and cooking. So you could say, a chef would be somebody who, or a cooks will be somebody who nurtures somebody through food. No. The act after the food is cooked of giving to that person is ruled by. Would you ask Mars in Cancer or Uranus? What? Mars in Cancer. Right. Mars in Taurus and Mars in Cancer would have those traits of nurturing through food. So you understand. So now you're getting the gist of why the keywords, why they're using stuff like cooks and what have you. Cleavers, cuts, cruelty, cutting instrument, any kind of cutting instrument. I think a rule said courage or bravery. Crime and criminals are ruled by Pluto and Mars. Get that right. Pluto and Mars. Even though it's in here as Mars. Mars rules a whole lot of stuff. Believe it or not. What I'm giving you is keywords that will, keep you. The associated words that are connected to them actually also fall under those planets rules. Disagreements, diseases. Diseases are is a fine line because they also can be ruled by Saturn and Pluto. Saturn and Pluto. Okay. Um, Enthusiasm, as Arul said earlier, fearlessness. Hmm. Hatchets, hawks, headaches are also connected to Mars. Yes, headaches. I think one of you guys have, if you have, Aries on your sixth house of health and service. This is why whenever I look at somebody's chart and I see Mars in the sixth house of health, I say, wow, you need to be careful of getting burns and cuts and also headaches. Have you been suffering some slight headaches lately? And then the person be like, wow, how did you know this? I know this because Mars, which is connected to headaches and connected to burns and connected to these things, are in your sixth house of health. So you turn keywords into something very much like you're being prophetic by using the keywords that are connected to the planet. Okay? Exactly. Very enlightening. Injuries, lacerations, mechanical construction. So mechanics are also connected to Mars. So, when somebody see Mars in Capricorn or Mars, whatever it may be, Mars can also signify these things as well. The military. Mars could represent noise. As simple as the word onions is connected to Mars. One would ask, how? What? That don't make no sense to me. Why? Why would you think onions would be? Okay. Let me give you an example. Onion getting in the eye, what it does. It burns. Makes you cry. It burns. And that's why it's connected to that. And some people be like, right, so it burns. Passion in men is connected to Mars. Believe it or not, pornography is also connected to Mars. However, pornography, some of these keywords I'm giving you have a link. And these links can be two different planets. Two different planets can also be ruling one thing. Let me give you an example. The internet. The internet, or I should say your computer, not just your internet. Your computer is ruled by Mercury. One, it is a form of communication. Two, it is ruled, or it formats the internet and its technology. It's that why, yes, that's why people say men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Good point. So some keywords are intertwined by two planets. Let me give you another example of Mars being connected to another planet. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I can intertwine two things. Yeah, like I said, pornography. Pornography is not just ruled by Mars. There's an integration of Neptune, which is your imagery, your imagination, is, and acting, and it's a stage connected to Neptune. So Mars and Neptune, or Mars and Pisces, can be somebody who likes to watch porn. Mars conjunct Neptune, somebody who could be a porn star or like watching porn. You see how the keywords and the planets connected together can give you a sort of I can look at a chart and say, you know what? You have Mars square Neptune, or you have Mars opposition Neptune. You don't like porn at all. There's no, you don't like the audacity of people that go on television and express themselves sexually. You don't like that, do you? And it'll seem as if you're being, what? How did you know that? How did you know? All this is keywords and the aspects. Give me, you guys, give me words. Give me something in everyday life, and I will connect them to one planet or the other. Okay, so you're asking, well, is the first chakra ruled by Mars? Yes, that's a good question. I mean, it is not really, it is very, very true. It is connected. Those two things are connected, Mars, and that's a good observation. A very, very good observation. Give me a keyword or a word of everyday life. It doesn't matter. Be random. Doesn't matter. I want you guys to understand how you can connect these planets. I'll give you one as a matter of fact. Marching band. Marching band. A marching band would be connected to Mars and Neptune. Why? Boom. Mars and Neptune. Good one. Good one there. Why did you say that? Why did you say Mars and Neptune? I want to understand why you said that. Tell me the reason why you said Mars and Neptune. Music, yes. And the forcefulness of band moving, exactly. So nobody could come to you and say, well, Venus rules marching bands or the sun because it's creative. No, it is a functioning of two planets, two words coming together, two planets making one word, or two planets' energy making one thing. And this happens a lot with every single thing that's connected. Let me give you another one. Lightning. What would you say lightning that comes from the sky? What two planets would you say is connected to that? Uranus and Aries. Well, I mean, Uranus and Mars. Exactly. Way to go, Dale. Exactly. Why? Because Uranus rules light, it rules technology, it rules waves, and Mars rules direct force. So with Uranus and Mars, and you understand, you say, well, when I look at somebody who has Mars conjunct Uranus in the 8th house, or the 8th house rulers conjunct Mars and Uranus, I'd say, wow, this person is susceptible to dying from a lightning. If it's conjunct, yeah, or a square, I should say square. This is square? Wow, this person this could be terrible. I'm not saying that you guys should be going around looking at people's 8th house to see how they're going to die. All right? Don't do that. Don't quote me. I could get lynched by astrologers for doing that. But I want you to get the understanding of that. The direct force of Mars. Give me an everyday word. You guys can give me an everyday word and we could work with that. Something that's very forceful. Okay, give me stress. Stress. Somebody answer that. I can answer it very easily, but I want you guys to answer that. You know, stress starts with the mind. So, you know, Mercury is connected to that. What else? It'll be something that you have no idea. You may think it's Mars, but okay. And this is true. Okay, Shikana, we'll see when you get back. Mars, Moon, I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say Mercury and Saturn. Mercury squaring Saturn. Hardship being Saturn, Mercury being the mind, which creates stress. All right. Another word you gave is heartache. Another word, after this one, I'm gonna go on to another planet. All right, and we're going to another sign. Heartache. What planet rules the heart? I think I gave you these guys. I gave you this the first week of class. For some who are tuning in who don't know, heartache or the heart is ruled by the sun. The heart is ruled by the sun. A heartache is something emotional. It could be connected to, see, that the heart attack and heartache are two different things. He said Neptune square. If that's the case, then Venus opposition Neptune would be the same. I think you have Venus opposition Neptune, right? I wouldn't necessarily say that. I wouldn't say heartache represents that. I would say a heartache, excuse me, I need to clip the hairs in my nose. A heartache would be something dealing with emotions, which is also moon, and expectations or responsibility, a sense of stress. I would say moon and Saturn. This is why most people who have Venus in Capricorn feel very heartbroken by rejection. I mean, if you go into, you got a point there, Dale. Delusion. I mean, is it? I mean, in all actuality, you would be correct, because a heartache is an illusion in our understanding of things. Yes. Right. So okay. So yeah, like the lion. A lie is connected to Neptune and Mercury. A lie. But emotion or heartache, what you feel, see, a lie is something that is being done. Being received is from heart. And what else? You're feeling it from your emotions. So, you want to be, this book even goes into the actions of certain things. Venus, affection, analogies, architecture, art dealer, artist, banks. Also, I want you to understand that banks is also ruled by Pluto, not just Venus. This is why people who have, and I'm going to get back to this, people who have, I'm giving this to Dale, that people who have Venus in the 8th house are very good with other people's money. The 8th house represents other people's money. So people who have Venus in the 8th house are very good at other people's money. The name of the book is The Rulership Book by Rex E. Bills. Casinos coral, costumes, colors in general, not just, each color is ruled by a different planet too. Daisies, flowers, um, fancy goods, fashion, favor, Friday. Well, yeah, Fridays. Fridays is ruled by Venus. Friends, finesse, feminism, dollars, pennies, cents, grace, gowns, fruits, gardens, that's public gardens, hope, ice cream, ladies, lace, lavish, lovers, motion, mattresses. Yeah, this is why women love their bed so much. Ovaries, nectars. Let me give you some other ones. But what I want you to do is I want you to give me some keywords that are connected to Venus. I know a lot of you guys would say, relationship. But another keyword that is connected to Venus is pleasure. Pleasure is connected to Venus. Long-term commitments. Oh, luxury as well. Yes, luxury. Oh, so sorry, I didn't see the question. Can you see how many kids you're gonna have through the chart? Yes, a very professional astrologer can do that. I mean, that sounds like that's your that sound like that's the reason why you like your bed, because most women like their bed. That's just how it is. Some men do. We ain't generalizing that. We ain't generalize that. But yeah, answer your question. Yeah, we don't want to revert from the conversation. Even what their sign will be, you can tell. Oh, yeah, pleasure. Even what their sign will be, you can tell. Oh, that's the question. You mean the children's that can possibly be told, not just their sun sign. You're gonna see the overall traits of that soul. Yeah, the overall traits. So you may see like this person has, Neptunian or Sagittarian energy, then you realize that person has Sagittarius rising, and that may be the only thing in Sagittarius But yeah, keywords. Venus. So let me give you some stuff that are connected to Venus and other planets. I'll give you something that's connected to Mars and Venus, since we just did Mars, and we're going to do Venus. Some things that are connected to Mars and Venus are give me some stuff. I gave you some keywords. I want you to give me something that's connected to Mars and Venus. Well, y'all going quiet? What happened? Say, I don't know. Okay. I know for sure. 2 persons coming with one, I'm sure. Venus is a sign that rules pleasure. It rules, things of that you find, that it rules money. It rules assets. Right. So Venus, exactly. Felicia said Venus loves sensuality. Exactly. So, believe it or not, boom, you said it. Yes, so Mars war. But exactly, Felicia, exactly. This is why, I don't want to turn this into something sexual. This is why some women may not have the ability to experience orgasms, but orgasms, pleasure, and Mars, the orgasm, you have the build up to the orgasm. Yeah, but that's connected to Venus and Mars. The pleasure or the sensuality before it. But to be honest with you, astrologers equate, or traditional astrologers equate orgasms to being strictly Mars in nature. Give me some keywords that Venus and Mars can connect with each other with is you see the smirk on my face? This is a smirk of like I'm in the hit job with something very, very strange. If you look at a car show, what do you think those two planets entail? Or two planets connect a car show with? Masturbation. You know, Rule, I gotta watch. No, no. Mercury rules the hands. But a car show would be a softer version of Venus being the like a fashion show, a show, and Mars being the car. I know you're saying that could be Mercury too, a transportation. Another example of, and see, this is why it's hard from Venus and Mars. They're like left and right. It's like, this is why women and men are so different in their understanding. Women need sensuality. They need that sense of being desired. And the man himself he just want to direct. He just want to do it. Women want, chivalry and fine cigars, beautiful cars, fire dancing. Boom. See, I know he's gonna come with that. Then, boom. You just on the nail on the head. Those are a combination of those two planets as an action, as something, as a noun. You understand, or an action, or a verb. It doesn't matter. Once those two planets they come together to form something, the energies of both. That's a very good one. Thank you, Dill. I appreciate that. Oh, trust me, I give you keywords after this. I give you some words. You tell me which planet rule. Let's go on to another planet. And that planet is the next sign, the third sign. Naked wrestling. They have that? That's like porn. Damn. Another one that's connected to, anyway, damn. I swear I was born. The next sign is Gemini, and Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Okay, Gemini, the sign is Gemini, is ruled by Mercury. Now, Mercury, in the traditional sense, is known as the trickster. It's known as the trickster, but also it's tricky because it's super intelligent. It just knows stuff. Can't help it. It just needs information. And the more information, more it uses that to maneuver its way. It's like Quicksilver. Quicksilver is ruled by Mercury as well. Well, Mercury is also called, the liquid mercury is also known as quicksilver. And we're going to look at the planet Mercury and what it rules. I'm going to give you some keywords, but I want you guys to try to give me some keywords as well. Some of you guys have a lot of Gemini traits. You may have some Gemini planets or Gemini rising. But Mercury is known as the trickster. It also the student, the person that knows his information. Gemini is the twin. So these are twins, so they're siblings. So they rule siblings. You see why when they say the third house rules siblings, it's because Gemini. And Gemini is a twin, and twins are siblings. Does it make sense? Tell me if it makes sense. Mercury rules. Oh, sorry. Mercury rules transportation, communication. It rules your hands. It rules your thought process, your words you speak. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, at least you're here. It rules things like, believe it or not, even though we talked about cars being ruled by Mars, cars and Mercury and your vehicle or Mars can be connected. It rules stuff like, what? Your mind. We said communication, concentration, your mental capabilities, confession, words, dictionaries. It rules the nerves or the nervous system. Encyclopedias, essays. Studying is also connected to Mercury, having to be able to focus. And there's a lot of stuff going on. Everybody talking about Mercury in retrograde, because they say, it rules transportation and communication, and they say, when Mercury's in retrograde, everything is all mixed up. Everybody be blaming Mercury retrograde for everything. All Mercury in retrograde comes to do is have you to focus on your lines of communication, on your travel. Most people who these affect are people who have like Mercury in detriment or fall. Believe it or not. People who have Mercury in detriment or fall, or because we like to blame Mercury for stuff. Oh, you was being serious? Please tell me you're joking. Damn. Yeah. Nobody tells anybody when Venus is in retrograde or when Mars is in retrograde. Believe it or not. When Mars and Mercury are in retrograde, that's when the most accidents happen. Not just when Mercury is in retrograde. Anyway, Mercury rules these things. Let me give you an example of a word that Mercury rules. Air. Air is ruled by Mercury. Believe it or not. Strategy. That's a good word. Strategy. Very tactical. Strategy It's a good word. It has maybe a small percentage of Mars connected to it because your strategy is for a goal. It's you're only doing something strategic because of an ambition, and that is ruled by Mars. I don't want to confuse you guys, but I just want you to understand. Oh yes, that was good actually that you blend the two of them. That's perfect. You know, I gotta watch it for your rule. You just be fast forwarding. You like the deep end stuff. You like, listen, I want to know about the depth. I want to know if Mercury in retrograde have to do with the eighth house and if this person. That's cool. That's cool. I understand. It's actually good to ask those questions in the group. That's a good question though. If the aspects are showing it, and if the planets, the rulers of certain planets, that is a intricate fine line. And once you go around looking at somebody's chart and be like, oh, this person can die, they could choke. You know? Oh Lord, this person, you see that? But they got Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. But you know what I offer that good. Yep, she could die having sex. I don't want you going around doing that rule. Okay? Because then again, they get like, well, where you learn this from? Man, I swear. But Mercury rule those things. So when you think about Mercury, let me give you another example. Books, libraries. This encyclopedia is ruled by Mercury. So, you know, like I have Mercury in Scorpio. So let me do the maths. Mercury, which deals with, you know, can also deal with books. Yes. School, education. Exactly. Kids with Mercury. Students. Mercury. Awesome. Listen, Dale, Felicia, you guys are on it. Listen, a rule you wanted to, and so you, Ambi. And Candy, I am from you. You still there? You know, I check up on you. Yeah. So my Mercury's in Scorpio. Sorry, I know it's. I like studying deep things. That is Scorpio, the deep end, esoteric, deep. Mercury, books, studying, being a student. Yes. So those are the connections of those of Mercury. Let's give me some other stuff that you think are connected to Mercury, so we can. I would use that book, but that book has so many different words. I don't want to confuse you guys. But yeah, those are all words connected to Mercury. Yes, reading is connected to Mercury. Talking, connected to Mercury. Exams, connected to Mercury. What is it? Exams have a little taste of Saturn in them. Typing, connected to Mercury. Yes. Communication, yes, connected to Mercury. Those are keywords. I want you guys to always remember those. We're going to move on to another planet. Sculpting. You're reading something online. Art, in a way, is connected to your hands. And you got a point there. Sculpting itself, that's a toss-up. Okay, glad you're here. Um, so I guess you guys get the gist of Mercury. We did Venus, we did Mars, we did Mercury. We're going on to the fourth sign. Building would be connected to, in a sense, Saturn. Believe it or not. Building could also be connected to Venus. Architecture, architect is connected to art, which is also connected to Venus. Even though you use your hands, it's more of a creative endeavor. Sorry about that. The phone just freaked out. What's the word you said just now? Digging. Digging would be connected to Pluto. Diving deep, digging deep. That would be connected to Pluto. Mining is connected to Pluto, but we're not there yet. But those words, I'm gonna give you the rest of the keywords, and if you guys want to, I will take a picture of the book so you can be able to see what's connected with what. We're on to the fourth sign, which is Cancer. And Cancer is naturally ruled by what planet? Yes, the moon. Thank you, Dale. The moon rules the sign of Cancer. And the moon can be equated to a lot of different things. The moon represents the mom. It represents the home. It represents your most nurturing parent. People say, normally, that's the mom. It can represent your physical home, your emotions, your sense of stability, what you find to be stable. It rules the masses, as do Uranus. But it rules the masses in your hometown. It rules things like antiques. Believe it or not, antiques. The moon also rules with Venus, the women in your life. It does. It rules the breast. This area is ruled by the moon. So let me give you an example of somebody who has Mars or their moon in the sign of Aries. What we say their emotional makeup is very blunt and direct. They find security, in a sense, in a very strong sense, in competition, in being driven and ambitious. You know, Moon and Aries can be somebody who can be, because take in mind now, Aries can also be loud. So this is somebody who could also be very direct with their emotions. Am I making sense to you guys? Do you understand what I'm saying? I was giving you an example of the sign that we already looked at. Right. So quick to anger. People who have Moon in Aries can be quick to anger. Why? Because it's the emotions. And Aries is a fiery sign. It's ruled by Mars. So it's fiery in nature. So it's like, they upset me. You know, and then after bed, it disappears. They even forget why it is mad after they already lashed out. Sorry about that. So, Mars. I mean, Moon gives off that emotional sense of stability. So when we look at this book, and I'm going to give you the book to look at right now, looking at the moon rules things like house, families, hello, are you guys still there? Let me make sure you guys are still signed on. Who's still there? Okay. Yeah, this I'm sorry. It's back up now. Okay, so the moon, some of you have moon in Pisces or so and so. You connect those energies of the sign Pisces, or let's use Venus and Taurus. Since we have somebody who has moon in Taurus, ain't going on in. This is somebody who finds a sense of stability in being financially stable. This is somebody who is very sensual, and because Venus rules sensuality and Venus rules Taurus. So this person who is very sensual in nature, who's very stable and secure, and looks for sense of security. See, but Venus loves to hoard. When I say hoard, it loves its things. It loves its assets. So it wants the sense of holding on to, because holding on makes you feel like stable. All right, if you have moon in Gemini, this is somebody who feels better knowing things. They feel a sense of security, not keeping still, moving in total motion. This is somebody who feels very, very secure, getting information, gaining information about the neighborhood, about people. I'm going to give you a few keywords and tell me what two planets and the moon, or what moon, what planet is going with the moon to make it. I still only see two people. Okay, who's that? You say, and our rule is still here. I don't know why it went out. Maybe it's my signal, but we can get that. We can try our best to make sure that changes, but the signal here is good. Okay, we have a few more minutes. I don't see nobody. But anyway, I'm gonna continue. You could always watch this if you're missing it. You could go back and watch the video. So the moon deals with emotional makeup, sense of psychological makeup, these things. We're taking a look at the sun. The sun is the next planet. All right, cool. You guys are here. So the sun, keywords are royalty, regalness, king, center of attention, creativity. Believe it or not, some traits of the father. A few words that are also connected to the sun are fun. Believe it or I'm not. Romance. Growing. It rules the heart. Gifts. Another word, I'm going to go to the book because you could get lost with these words, trust me. Gold. Energy. Elevation. Arrogance. Ambition, along with, Mars. Bragging. Blood. Light. Emperors. Kings. Executives. Gambling, I think we said that. Honor. Greatness. Heads of state. Government. Illumination. Honors. Kingdoms. Life. Magnificent. Men in general, or males in general. Monarchs. Palaces. Popularity. Power. Power in society. A proud person, or pride. Rule or ruler. Significance. Theaters. Warmth. Stage. Sunday. And thrones. As you can see, most of those things are led. Yeah, the opera. Yeah. Most of the things are led by, sort of the sun. The sun always likes to be that center figure, the way it is in our universe. It's the center and the planets revolve around it. Yeah. I said, pretty good. You're catching on really, really fast, Arul. And that's a good thing. You're catching on really, really fast. So those keywords are connected to the sun. All right? Let's move on to our next planet. And the next sign next to that is Virgo. Photos. That's a good one. Virgo, in a traditional sense, is ruled by Mercury. However, under a lot of studies, especially my own, I've come to realize that Chiron has a lot to do with Virgo. Some people also equate Vesta to being connected to Virgo as well. Vesta being the side that deals with the service, and Chiron, the part that deals with health. People say Chiron, Chiron, whatever you feel comfortable saying, out of me. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm sorry, maybe it's a signal. I don't know what it is. But yeah. So we already did Mercury. So what we'll do is we'll look at that sign itself. And I don't want to confuse you guys and give you some stuff that other people will be like, that's totally nonsense. But this is my class. And you're in this to learn. So let me give you some words that are connected to the sign Virgo. Don't feel bad. Guilty. I am guilty of that. Trust me. I'm so guilty of that. So, the sign of Virgo rules quite a few things. Oh, if I didn't tell you guys, also, the sign of Virgo also rules pets, as do the sixth house. So, the sixth house, which a lot of astrologers always skip over, is the sixth house rules health, service, and pets. That's right. You could see your little doggy and your little pussycat in the sixth house. Like groceries, domestic servants, illnesses, mathematics, anything that's very much analytical can be seen in the sixth house. Anything dealing with health can be seen in the sixth house. And this is why I equate and Chiron and also Vesta as the rulers of that sign. Let me give you an example of that so you could get where I'm coming from. So, Vesta. Vesta. Let me give you a little mythology of Vesta. Vesta, known to the ancient Greeks as Hestia, is symbolized by the Virgin who appears in the Virgo pictograph. You heard that? Vesta is symbolized by the Virgin who appears in the Virgo pictograph. A lot of people don't know this. The Romans worshipped her as goddess of the heart and keeper of the sacred flame. Her name is derived from the Sanskrit root meaning shining. While not the largest of the asteroid, Vesta is the brightest and the only one that can be seen with the naked eye. This is due to the fact that Vesta is composed of an unusual type of volcanic surface rock caused by extremely high internal temperatures that reflect a remarkable amount of sunlight. Thus, Vesta association with the elements of fire aptly corresponds to her luminous astronomical qualities. Vestal and Virgin. Another key words that we're going to look at are principle of focus and commitment. The associated rulership is Virgo. Vesta as sexuality, sex as a sin. From the preceding paragraphs, it should be evident that Vesta in the chart can symbolize either sexual freedom or sexual repression. In our culture, the later pathology is far more prevalent due to the fact that women's sexuality has been stifled in order to affect the patriarchal inheritance of land by demanding unquestionable assurance of paternity. As we observe through studying Vesta mythology, as the patriarchy gained power, the powerful taboos of women were issued against premarital sex. So, giving the nature of the asteroid Vesta, because in traditional astrology they always says it's Mercury. However, Mercury only touches a bit of the energies of Virgo. It never really sat very well with me. And when I did more study, I realized that Vesta, the asteroid, has more association with the sign Virgo. And that could be chastity, it could be a sense of service, it could be many different things. It rules discipline, personal routes, health, nutrition, exercise, and meditation, which are connected to the sign Virgo. Also, frigidry, barrenness, impotency, sterility, virginity, chastity, purity, celibacy, fertility, promiscuity. Yes, Vesta rules those. Promiscuity, prostitution, discrimination in sexuality. Vesta indicates one work or path of service. It could show if you're a workaholic, sacrifice to reach goal, personal dedication to service, career or cause, work. So as you can see, to me, it makes more sense. To other astrologers, you would probably hear them say Mercury. However, Vesta, teaching you guys that Vesta has more association with Virgo. I gave you those keywords, they're connected to that. Which house is associated with action? All of them have their own action. What kind of action are you talking about? Two different houses actually are connected to sex. The fun side of it is connected to the 5th house. I would like it. You know what? I could almost put money that you're going to ask this question, And the 8th house rules sex as well. So if Vesta is in someone's 5th house, no, man. No, if Vesta has affliction, only if it has affliction. I know, don't mind me. I know, I don't mind the look in the face. It's actually a good question because you heard me read the word off prostitution. But that's only in connection if it's afflicted, all right? All right, what's no. It's afflictions are hard aspects to other planets. When I say affliction, I mean in hard aspects to other planets. All right? So those things are connected to the 6th house. And also connected to Virgo and Vesta, if you want to use that. Now, the 7th house, which I'm going to do the last one. That's okay. Oh yeah, I'm seeing the time as well. We finished the keywords on Thursday. And when I'm done with that, we're going to finish, because I always see the 6th house. And the 6th house is the last house from 1 to 6 and then from 7 to 12. The keywords of the 7th house. Yes, you also have homework. I forget to tell you that, because we only have 4 more minutes. Your homework is not inside the book. These homeworks are. Hey, Illy. Oh, Illy. Thank you, Illy. Thank you. I almost bite my tongue trying to pronounce the name. But yes. If you want to, you can go back over the video. It's oh, you guys didn't hear it, right? Anyway, the homework for today is keywords, and I'm going to post that homework in the group chat. Okay? You're going to get those homework in the group chat. It has to do with keywords and the planets. You're going to associate the planets or associate the words with planets. Some of them are singular and some of them are double. I'm going to indicate what they are and how they are. I'm going to indicate which are singles and which are doubles. Okay? Because you guys have to develop the keywords when it comes to learning astrology. And that's why I took my time out of the schedule that I have already set. I'm supposed to finish the rulers of, so you could get that. But keywords is very important, and you guys are getting lost when it comes to keywords, and I want you to get the keywords. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna post the homework in the group. It's 20 questions. It's 20 words, and those words have associations. And those associations you're going to have to get to me. All right? Illy, I'm sorry you missed out on the class. Like I said, you could always watch the video. And yeah. It was wonderful. It's 8 o'clock on the dot. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thursday, what we're going to look forward to is finishing from the sign Libra and the asteroid that actually rules it, as opposed to Venus, which is actually Juno, and going forward. All right, that's cool. So going from Juno, which is in modern astrology, rules the 7th house and rules Libra, because it's so dedicated into partnership, and Juno is connected to partnership. All right. Okay, so we're going to start off from that on Thursday, but I'm going to post your homework in the group. All right? Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you for tuning in. Our hour and 27 minutes is up. Good night, class. We'll talk inside the chat.